Hey guys, Dangerous Dictionary back with an epic video. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but I've been dealing with some legal stuff with YouTube and a certain movie studio. Besides that, I finally watched Godzilla x Kong, which was amazing. Shimo didn't get much screen time, but her time on screen never disappointed. Before we start this video, we need to clear two things up. Number one is that Shimo was referred to as female by the Iwi tribe, so people can stop calling Shimo male. Shimo is now the mother of all Titans, not the father of all Titans. Number two is that Shimo is responsible for freezing Ghidorah. This was confirmed by the novelization, but it was pretty obvious that Shimo was responsible for Ghidorah's demise. This information was told to us a while ago after it was confirmed Shimo started the Ice Age. It was stated that after Godzilla shot Ghidorah's wing, Ghidorah fell into a pit where it froze over due to the Ice Age. And like it was stated before, the Ice Age was caused by Shimo. Now that we've cleared that up, sit back and relax as we analyze the mother of all Titans. Shimo is commonly referred to as the mother of all Titans and is stated to be the first Titan. We don't know where the Titans came from or how they were made, but if we found out where Shimo came from, it would most likely answer the same question for the rest of the Titans. The Godzilla x Kong novelization states that Shimo is at least 3 million years old. Since Godzilla is hinted to be around 252 million years old, that makes Shimo most likely around 300 million years old at least. Because of her old age, there is a good chance Shimo was the alpha of all Titans at a time. All we know is that the Shimo originated in the Hollow Earth just like the rest of the Titans. Shimo's design is extremely unique compared to many Titans in the Monsterverse. She has white skin with many crystals on her back that are a purplish blue color. She also had crystals on the back of her head, some going down her tail, and on the back of her bottom jaw. Her eyes share the same color as her crystals. Shimo can make both her eyes and crystals glow at will, most likely to intimidate opponents. The crystals on Shimo's back are sharp and can pierce the skin of almost any Titan. These back crystals are the reason Scar King stands on Shimo when riding her. Near the end of her tail, Shimo has a crystal thagomizer that is also capable of glowing. Each spike that makes up the thagomizer is almost in the shape of an L. Shimo is also a facultative biped, meaning she can travel on both four legs as well as her back legs. Her legs are extremely muscular and each foot has 5 toes with a blue claw at the end of each one. Shimo has a mouth full of teeth, but the bottom jaw has 2 teeth that are noticeably bigger than the other ones. While on all fours, Shimo is 420 feet tall, and when standing on her back legs, she is 560 to 600 feet tall. Her length was hard to estimate, but I eventually came to the conclusion that Shimo is around 1,200 feet in length. I also estimated Shimo's weight to be anywhere from 160,000 to 200,000 tons. The Godzilla x Kong novelizations confirm that Shimo isn't related to Godzilla in any way, and I always knew this was true since we were never given true evidence to back that theory up. Shimo's behavior was hard to determine due to her being controlled by Scar King, but there were several aspects in those moments that revealed her true behavior. Shimo overall seems to be a calm Titan who just wants to live in peace. However, she was more aggressive at the beginning of the film, most likely due to the amount of abuse she has gone through for thousands, possibly millions of years. When Scar King used the crystal to control Shimo, there was noticeable resistance on Shimo's part. Shimo would slam her head into the ground or shake her head violently every time she was being controlled by Scar King. However, it's unknown if this resistance was because the crystal caused pain to her, or if it was her trying to break free from the control. I believe the crystal caused pain to Shimo, and she only obeyed Scar King to prevent the pain Scar King can inflict on her. The only time Shimo truly shows aggression is when she is being forced to do something she doesn't want to do. Throughout Shimo's battle with Godzilla on the surface, she constantly stops fighting Godzilla, proving that she truly didn't want to fight. When Shimo has to fight, she is violent and charges in with no hesitation. Shimo also seems to be cunning enough to know Godzilla wasn't truly the enemy, which is also why she was constantly holding back in her fight against Godzilla. After Shimo was freed from Scar King's control, many people questioned her intelligence because she just stood there for a little bit. Shimo isn't dumb. She was just getting used to her new freedom after being controlled for probably thousands of years. Before Shimo even froze Scar King, she was hesitant to perform the attack. This is because she was still realizing that she was no longer under Scar King's control anymore. She is a very emotional Titan and values nature. This is seen when Shimo smiles in amazement as she watches Godzilla reverse the damage that was about to be done. Shimo is also a social Titan and doesn't mind coexisting with other Titans. We see this firsthand when she lets Kong ride on her back to the hollow Earth, despite them barely interacting with each other before. Another example is when Kong and Shimo embrace each other at the end of the movie after making it back to Scar King's kingdom. This can further be confirmed by the Godzilla x Kong novelization, which states that Shimo and Kong are bonded. There is one more thing that needs to be cleared up. Shimo is not Kong's pet. Many people have been calling Shimo Kong's pet because Shimo rubs up against Kong and Kong pets her. This was simply just Kong and Shimo showing affection towards each other. Shimo is no different than the other Titans. And she definitely holds more knowledge than Godzilla and Kong combined, as well as majority of the other Titans. Shimo isn't Kong's pet. She is Kong's friend. Shimo is confirmed to be an Alpha Titan, but people say she didn't act like one throughout the film. This is because the entire film she was controlled by Scar King. Even though Shimo was freed, that doesn't mean she is automatically going to switch up her behavior completely. Because Shimo was taking orders for thousands of years, it may take some time for her to break out of her submissive state. She still has to get used to her freedom and have time to act like herself again. If we see Shimo in the next film, she will most likely act more as an Alpha Titan, though Shimo didn't take orders from and other Titans willingly, showing some Alpha Titan behavior. Many people think Shimo was taking orders from Godzilla to free Scar King, but Shimo was just realizing the situation she was in after being freed. Shimo doesn't have many abilities from what we've seen so far, but the abilities she does have possibly makes her the strongest Titan in the Monsterverse. Her frostbite breath is the main reason why she is so powerful. This frostbite breath is capable of freezing entire Titans in less than 5 seconds. We see this firsthand when Shimo completely freezes Godzilla within seconds. Like frostbite in the real world, Shimo's frostbite breath is capable of permanently damaging the skin of certain Titans. If Shimo's frostbite breath is shot into the atmosphere for a long enough time, she can cause climate change, resulting in her recreating the Ice Age. Another one of Shimo's abilities is her liquid nitrogen, which freezes everything in her presence. This liquid nitrogen emits from her body, but she is capable of stopping it from producing when around allies. The Thagomizer at the end of Shimo's tail could also be a good weapon in combat, being able to slice opponents. Shimo's jaws have a crushing bite force, with teeth to deliver extra trauma to the bite. Her claws are also another good weapon when facing opponents. Shimo a lot of the time relies on brute force and her size to beat and take down opponents. Shimo as a whole is a dangerous Titan and is stronger than Godzilla, even in his new evolved state. You can argue that Godzilla was getting more hits in, but Shimo didn't want to fight and was visibly seen pausing while fighting Godzilla. Plus, Scar King kept using her to fight Kong as well while she was fighting Godzilla. Shimo was out here beating Godzilla and Kong while holding back. Shimo was an amazing Titan to see in the Monsterverse, from her design to her behavior and abilities. I wish Shimo had more screen time, but thankfully they didn't kill her off, so we will most likely see Shimo in the future. The main thing I feared about this film is that Shimo was going to get the Giganotosaurus treatment, but she survived and can live to see another day in the Monsterverse. Shimo has earned the title of my third favorite Titan, right behind Rodan and Tiamat. Thank you once again for checking out my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next dangerous video.